In the Dima storyline, the Icy Tour takes place after the Outside music video. We know this because of the No Chances screens this go-round. In case you haven't seen yet, for No Chances, 8 bishops are displayed. Of course, it's different from the Takeover Tour where all 9 were displayed, and that's because in the Outside music video, you see a bishop get, well, you know, I don't have to say it. So, obviously the events on the Icy Tour take place after the Outside music video, which means for these intro screens, Tyler and Josh are not on Volksoy, they're in the mountains somewhere. Which means that Tyler and Josh had to go from Volksoy to the main islands. But how did they get back to the continent of Trench? There's a pretty large gap of water between Volksoy and the continent. So, how did they get there? Well, let's go ahead and talk about it, shall we? Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, I hope you're having a good day today. Hope your days go well and hope it continues to go well. Here are many theories on how Tyler and Josh got from Volksoy back to the main continent of Trench. Let's get right into it. First things first, I should explain why I know we are not on Volksoy. And that is mainly because it's a tiny island. You see that X right there? That is where the ending of the Outside music video takes place. And if you go look at the Outside music video, you can see that that spot is rather tiny. And you can see the ocean on the map. It looks a lot bigger. And of course, the mountains on Volksoy are snowy. You see there in the shot before we see the Neds, that there's no snow on top of these mountains. They aren't at a high enough elevation. Even the shot behind Tyler and Josh looking at this structure, you can see that there is no snow covered on them whatsoever. And they made this journey in about maybe a day or so, roughly. It didn't take them that long to get all the way to the Nez. Could snow items suddenly get covered in snow? Sure, but it doesn't match up with the intro video at all. These mountains do not match up whatsoever. That's the only explanation, is that we are back on the main continent of Trench. And if I had to guess where we are, it's most likely in this snowy bit right there, because Tyler and Josh, they're going back to Dima to finish the job. Tyler started by setting Dima on fire, as we saw at the end of the Outside music video as well. So it makes sense for them to go back to Dima and finish things once and for all. And my best guess is that they're in these cloudy things on the map, which I assume are mountains. And now let's talk about theories on how they got from Volksoy to the main continent of Trench. And I'm starting off with a popular one that I've seen online, which is this guy right here, Trash the Dragon. I've seen people say, oh, Trash flew him over to the main island. The thing we see at the very beginning of the Icy Tour isn't mountains at all, it's just the back of Trash. Here's why I don't believe that. First off, Trash Dragon in Dima slang is Vulture, as confirmed by Tyler. 2, if we go from what we know of Trash in the Saturday music video, which there's debate on whether it's Trash or not, but it was confirmed it was Trash by Mark from Real Bear Media, and I'm pretty sure by Andrew Donahoe as well, that the Sea Serpent in Saturday was Trash. It's a sea serpent and it doesn't have wings, and as you saw at the very beginning of the Outside music video, it's at the bottom of the ocean laying dormant now because the bishops lost control. Now, it is entirely plausible that Tyler could use Ned's horns and reanimate this sea serpent dragon-like thing and carry them over to the main island. That is 100% possible, and that's why we're still throwing it in here. As for the mountains on the back of Trash, no, I don't buy that personally. Some people will, and that's completely fine. The fun thing about theory is that no one's right or wrong until proven otherwise, but it's possible that Tyler reanimated Trash with Ned's horns to ride them back over to the main island. My second theory is slightly out there, but between Volksoy and the continent of Trench, right above Volksoy, there is this random cloud cluster. And a part of me wonders if there is some random land bridge that connects Volksoy back over to the main island, and or if there's a series of islands where Tyler and Josh could easily get to and make their way back over to the main island, the Banditos can drag them back over. That one, I admit, really out there, but I just think that's an interesting part about the map, is that smoke that covers the north of Volksoy. Theory number 3 is that the Banditos just went to go get Tyler and Josh. They sent out people in rafts or whatever they can conjure up as rafts to go get Tyler and Josh and bring them back over to the main island. Entirely plausible, but it's also slightly boring. So I choose to present to you theory number 4 instead, which Tyler has alluded to during the Icy Tour, and that is, you guessed it, mattress surfing. I am dead serious. So the idea on paper doesn't have to be Tyler mattress surfs back to the main continental trench. It can be Tyler finds an object that floats, something in Ned's backpack that they give Tyler and Josh that can send them all the way back to the main island, like an inflatable something or other that Tyler and Josh can just ride to the main island, and assuming that all the ocean stuff is right, that the pull of the waves aren't too much, that the tide is with them, the streams go in the direction they need to go towards the continental trench, but maybe Tyler and Josh found something they can use to ride back over to the main islands, and the Banditos can throw ropes down and Tyler and Josh can bring themselves over enough so that way they can climb up and meet with the Banditos again. I've seen some people say that the Bishops went to go get Tyler and Josh to bring him back to Dima, but that is basically impossible because the Bishops don't know where Tyler and Josh is. You can make the argument the only Bishop that knew was the Bishop that was killed in the Outside Music video, if you believe in the turncoat Bishop theory. But the other Bishops have other priorities to worry about, such as the Bishop they had to kill. Also, Dima's kind of on fire right now and they need to find a Bishop replacement. The cycle's broken in half. They don't know where Tyler and Josh are. As far as they know, they are dead. They are at the bottom of the ocean with everyone else. So I don't think it's plausible for the Bishops to go send a ship to Volksoy to go get Tyler and Josh to bring him back. And if that was the case, why not just bring him back to Dima and not drop him off in the mountains in exile? It makes more sense just taking him back and use him for more propaganda stuff. Unlike now, where the Bishops have no control, we're out of the propaganda era. One more thought that I have seen is that Ned has taken Tyler and Josh back over to the main island. This Ned was sent to me by YouTuber Make It With Alex, because I know people are going to ask. But the idea is, well, as we saw in the Chlorine music video, Ned likes to swim, and there are many Neds, so it's possible that one of the members of the Ned family was, "Hey, let me go swim in the ocean, let me grow out these horns, you hold on to the back and we'll ride back to the main island." I don't know why that's Ned's voice, but basically the idea is that the horns grow, Tyler and Josh grab onto the back, and Ned swims them over to the main island. I don't know if Ned is that strong. Then again, I'm not going to mess with Ned. Ned's probably a lot stronger than me. But that's about all I got in terms of theories of how Tyler and Josh got back to the main island. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What theory do you agree with the most? Do you disagree? Do you have your own theory? Do you think that they're still on Volksoy? Or do you think that the Icy Tour is not a part of the Dima canon? I don't know, that's just a thought that came out. But anyway guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm excited, it's Icy Tour week for me. I get to see the boys Wednesday night, so I am super excited. But anyway guys, I'll see you with something else tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure what yet, but I will see you all later. Goodbye, and good night, more importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later.